Hello, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. Talking of safe, let's talk about skincare today. How safe do you think your skincare products really are? Do you know that there are many harmful ingredients that go into these products and which we use actually on an everyday basis? And it becomes an even greater cause of concern when the brands that you've been using loyally over all these years, they turn out to be unsafe, especially for kids. Baby care is an ever growing market in India, but how do you make sure that the brand that you are using is safe for your babies and it's good for them? In order to discuss this and more, we have with us today Gaurav Katiyar, who is the founder of India based baby care company Mommy Pure. His company offers a range of clean, cruelty free, vegan, eco conscious, and sustainable baby care products. Isn't it awesome? Mommy Pure was launched in August 2020, and since then, the brand has been able to carve a niche for itself in the segment. Hi, Gaurav. Thank you for your time. Actually, I was reading an article about the company, and you said there that you too had similar concerns when it came to baby care products for your daughter, which in fact led you to start this company. So, tell us more about it, and also tell us why you thought that these products are not safe for babies and kids, and what was the inspiration behind launching the brand.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Supriya, for calling me on this chat and talking about the baby care segment. And I can never contain my excitement when I talk about the Mommy Pure. So actually, I'm a dad of two, Myra, who is my daughter, and Mommy Pure, the baby care brand that we launched. So I will tell you about the journey. Me and my wife have been a fan of natural products, being a natural driven lifestyle, not going too much into the synthetic things. We always try to find alternatives, like what alternatives we can use, even in the medicines. We try to first use all our herbs or the non chemical based products that we can use, and ultimately if it is required for medicinal purposes we go, but for cosmetics, natural care, we are very much inclined towards this. We have been researching on this topic for the last 2 3 years, and then our daughter happened, and we were in US. We were exposed to so many brands globally, which were into natural care, organic, and that is how our interest into this category increased. And when my daughter happened, we were in India. We were doing the research in the Indian market also. Like there were few brands those were there into the natural care. There were few saying like they are plant based, but when we read about the ingredients, then it's like about you say I'm a plant based. So, but when you're a plant based, you need to have ingredients also. You can have an ingredient which is plant based, but your preservatives can be chemical. So, let's suppose you have phenoxyethanol or EDTA, or there are multiple other synthetic preservatives people or the companies use in their products. So actually, you still might be using few ingredients which are natural, but your entire range of ingredients might not be suitable or well fitted to be called as a natural product. And globally, there is a scarcity of the regulation in terms of who can call themselves natural, who can't call themselves natural. So so like it's about the consumer, those who have to go and have to read the ingredients before they make the purchases. So that is what intrigued us, and that is how we came into this business and we started the enterprise. We also brought up some very innovative products like the bottom wash of the pump bottle, which is non-prevalent in the Indian ecosystem, and parents and that product is basically to comfort or to ease the life of the mom and the baby both. So for an example, it's a bottom wash wherein after every nappy change, here in Indians, like they go and wash baby under the running water, but with that wash you just spray and you wipe it clean with the wet cloth or a wet wipe, and you don't need to brush in the water. So during the summer or the winters or any season, it's not required to always wet your baby all the time. So and that is the kind of innovative products we have come up with, similar to the Bum Butter, to apply. That's an ultra hydrating moisturizer which you apply over the baby's lower part, and so that because babies are always in the diapers, so their skin gets irritated and dry and dull. So to comfort that thing, we have this, and plus the diaper rationing. So we have this ultimate diaper care regime of out of the three products. So we are focusing on, one is like getting our products cruelty free. We are the first vegan brand in India which has been certified by PETA. having all of like 100% ingredients should be natural, plant-based. Plus, we are also plastic net first Indian brand to be certified as a plastic negative, and we have been certified by Repurpose Global. So these are the things which makes our brand unique. Our proposition is strong. We focus on the quality of the product rather than creating the marketing gimmicks. So that is how we see like we have been doing a fair job and are trying hard to create this really beautiful brand and get into the lives of the upcoming parents.
Yes, yes, yes. So basically, it sounds like a very, very clean brand.
Yeah.
So didn't you face any difficulties, sourcing all these ingredients and researching on the same?
So there were difficulties because when you talk about the manufacturer, so we have a WHO GMP certified, ISO certified manufacturer, and we spoke to them. Then it was a lot of back and forth. So it took us around like 8 to 12 months in terms of analyzing the ingredients. Because I will tell you for a small example, when you talk about the preservatives into the cosmetic products, so preservatives come like the broad spectrum and the narrow spectrum. So when you talk about the synthetic products, one or two preservatives will do the job because they are the broad spectrum preservatives who will suffice the purpose. But into the natural care products, if you go for the natural preservatives, their spectrum is not that wide. So you need to use around 4 to 5 preservatives, and then you need to test it for the stability, like whether these preservatives will still suffice the purpose or not. So it's like it takes a lot of time in terms of creating a lot of samples. First you go for the stability, then you go for the testing, and then it goes for the dermatology testing. Then it goes to the certifiers, like it goes to the CertClean, like this is the final formula. And then they say like if they say like this ingredient, so what happens with the certifiers also, like every quarter, every 6 months, they also revise the list of the ingredient which they are banning depending on the research and all. We have our internal processes wherein we ban more than 2000 ingredients from our products. So we also keep researching globally. Wherever we see like there's an ingredient which is not fit for the human skin, we ban it from our products. So every time you go, there is some research. So it's a lot of back and forth happens with the certification. Then the PETA certifies, they get you the bills and the invoices of your manufacturers plus the ingredient suppliers and all. So they audit the whole supply chain. So that is what it's painstaking. It takes a lot of documentation. It takes a lot of time. A lot of money goes into getting the certifications, and then you are able to get yourself certified. So it's a pain. It's a tedious process. But we feel like if we are doing this much, we are going through the process. We are getting our products right. So we are doing a right job, and that is what the parents should appreciate us, and they look forward getting new products or the new updates from us.
Right, right, right. Great. So you launched the brand in August last year. So
Right.
it's been more around 8 months now, 8 to 9 months.
8 months, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So what kind of demand have you seen over these
So
months?
we are seeing like we are growing by around like 50 to 70% month on month, and this is very organically we have been growing. So it's more of a word of a mouth. People are coming, people are using, people are reviewing our products. They are posting about us on Instagram, Facebook. They are reviewing us on various marketplaces, Amazon, Flipkart, FirstCry, wherever they buy. They also buy from our website. Review us over there. So in all, and we spoke, and I personally speak to like 5 to 10 customers on a monthly basis. I call them and try to understand like what they have been looking for into the product, what are the new things they are looking for, what is their opinion when they use our product. So I get a very good positive feedback, and wherever there are some improvements somebody suggests, like we always try to embody them in our next batches. So we are very open to feedbacks, and we are very agile, very forward-looking bunch of people. Those who want to create the best of the products available in the ecosystem.
Mhm. But the market is like very, very dynamic. It's ever evolving. There are so many
Right.
brands coming in. There are so many international brands now in the
Mhm.
market. And it's easy access for everyone for
Mhm.
these brands. And people are also affluent. In the
Mhm.
metros, people want to buy international brands for their kids.
Sure.
So, how do you plan to compete with these brands?
So our philosophy is very simple. You create the good product and it will reach to the right audience. And like being present ourselves in front of the right audience, we spoke to moms. They have their own circles. They talk about our brand. So till now, things have been very organic. Competing with the big brands, those who are there, like the global brands, those who are getting into the Indian market. So we have our strategies like being in the right place at the right time. Plus, our pricing strategy is very aggressive. So we are not very expensive because we are not importing anything. Plus, we are one of the best. So our ingredients, if we talk about, most of the ingredients we supply from France, Germany, US, Switzerland. So we scout for ingredients, those who are the best suppliers across the globe, and we go and get the ingredients, and then we create our products. So though the competition is high, still the demand is also getting higher and higher. As you said, like in the metros, people don't shy away shelling out the extra bucks, but we see like there is a huge demand in the tier 3 towns also. So we have started seeing places like Muzaffarnagar, let's suppose, in the Western UP region, or the Dehradun or Rudrapur industrial areas. We have seen demand coming in from these places also. So people do come and buy through our portal. We are getting distributor inquiries from these towns. So we see metro is a great phenomena wherein our expansion is happening, but Indian tier 2, tier 3 cities are also very gung-ho about getting onto the shoes of the metros and buying the best of the quality products available in the market.
Right, right, right. One of my main concern is, since the brand is vegan and cruelty free, it is very
Mhm,
important for people like us.
mhm.
So, why aren't all the brands in the market going cruelty free and vegan? Like, what is stopping them? And,
Mhm.
is it true that animal testing is required for in order to produce a good product, in order to produce a safe product? What do you think
Uh,
about
I will tell you, like a lot of brands have been trying, and then we see it's a global phenomena. A lot of the established brands are coming up with the variants of the vegan product. So one is like they are also trying to test, like when they launch something new, like the vegan product, what is the acceptability in the market, how is the market share of the people, and what is the kind of premium they are going to charge. Because there are some extra costs which goes into certification, or like when you are replacing some animal-based products through plant-based or the vegan product, vegan ingredients, there might be some cost implication, which audiences or parents of some places or people of some places want to give or not want to give. So I think phenomena was slow. Like if you go back 5-7 years, there wasn't even no one was knowing about what is a vegan product. In last 3-4 years, and I would say in last 2 years, and precisely after the COVID, a lot of people have started talking about the vegan product or the cruelty-free natural product. So people are relying back onto the natural ways of lifestyle or the living rather than going the synthetic ways. So I think people are getting being aware, and with all beta and different multiple other organizations, those who are working into the ecosystem at a global level, they are also creating a large global impact. And a lot of celebrities, sports persons are joining bandwagon in terms of being going vegan. In terms of see, a lot of bodybuilders are vegan. So like Virender Guman from India, he is a complete vegan bodybuilder. And there are like Arnold Schwarzenegger has gone vegan. So a lot of global celebrities, and it's like people always believe like if you want to build a body, you need to intake a lot of protein which comes from the animals. But those have also started going vegan. So I think a lot of visibility and a lot of acceptability is being getting seeped into the minds of the consumers, and we will see this phenomena will increase in the next 5 years. A lot of people will turn themselves into vegan. Um, so I think it was slow, but we are reaching the place where we want to. Now, your next question about, sorry, I forgot the next question which you asked about companies launching vegan products.
yeah, basically, why? What is stopping them from launching? So I
Yeah, so
think.
I think till one is like when you are there in the business for last 100 years or 50 years, you have a certain ways to do things.
Hmm.
And when you are asked or there is a requirement or need, like you have to turn your ways into doing something else or you have to change the processes, I think it happens slowly with the large organizations. With the small organizations, it's easy to be agile, but with the large organizations with global presence or with like hundreds or thousands of people working there in the ecosystem, changes happens gradually. So I think somewhat they might have been thinking or doing things to change the process, and we will very soon we'll see things have been changing. This is what my belief is, and let's see how things turn out in the near future.
Yeah, valid point actually. So like just going the other way around. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of companies which are calling themselves vegan, which are calling themselves
Sure.
cruelty free. but they
Mhm.
don't have certifications to prove that. And these are some
Sure.
really big brands also. So
Mhm.
how does a consumer ensure that what they are going and buying from the market, it's actually safe
Mhm.
for them, it's actually safe for animals. If they care about the environment, it's safe for the environment too. So how do they ensure that? Especially when it comes to babies, for that matter.
Right. So I think one is like who consumers should always go and see for the third party verification. And they should also understand the difference between the vegan or the vegetarian. Even the vegetarian products are not vegan. So even if you are using honey, milk, that's not vegan products. These are all animal byproducts which they are using, like the milk or the honey. So they need to understand like what is the difference between the vegan and the vegetarian or the animal based products. Another is they should always look for the verification by the third party. So it's like anyone can call themselves anything. But if there's a third party who is verifying them, because there is an audit process which happens, there's a whole audit of the supply chain which happens. So that authenticates. Like Beta is saying, like Mommy Pure is vegan. Then we are actually vegan because we have been through that process. It's not like some odd day we come up and we say like we are vegan. So it doesn't happen that way when you are being certified by the third party. So I think best way is to look for the third party certification for any kind of authenticity when you are looking at the products.
Right, right, right. So talking about the baby care segment in India, how do you see it evolving? Like over the years, you must have been studying the sector. So
So
how do you see like it's evolving? The kind of changes that are happening in this segment. So just give us some insights on the segment.
yeah, so if you see, it has been growing at the CAGR of around 15 to 20%. Some reports it's gonna go by 25%, which has been very uh, it has been the best thing. Like you see, most of the industries are struggling at 10 15% CAGR, wherein baby care is growing by like 20 25% CAGR, which is huge. And right now, it's a $20 billion market in India at the baby care segment. If it keeps growing by around 20%, so it is going around by $4 billion year on year, which is a huge thing for the brand, those who are being associated in this category, and as it is creating a lot of opportunities. And when the market is growing at such a phenomenal rate, then you have a lot of opportunity in terms of doing innovation, getting into the new products, and experimenting with the ways things have been happening. So I think that's the best thing, and we feel like this is the best sector to get into with such a kind of growth rate that we are seeing.
Right, right, right. So, Gaurav, like, what kind of market share do you see? Are you expecting in the like coming couple of years, maybe by 2022?
By 2022, we are seeing around acquiring around 500,000 parents or the consumers, the buyers for our products. That will take us to around, I don't have numbers in terms of the market share, but we will be faring at a pretty decent market share at that time of point.
Okay, nice. Okay, coming to plastic negative. So you have the certification. How are you ensuring that, and what are you doing to, make it work?
So we have a plastic negative certification by the Repurpose Global based out of US. They are a social enterprise, and they certify companies those who are offsetting, like we are plastic negative. We are offsetting 2x the amount of plastic that we use in our products. And how we are doing? We are working with NGO called Carpe. They are based out of Telangana, Hyderabad, that region, and they work with and they work there in that area, like offsetting the single-use plastic from the oceans, from the landfills, and also helping marginalized wage workers to get the fair wages. So we are contributing and donating the part of the sale from our products to to Carpe, so that we are going to see the better world. Like it's like this is my philosophy, and this is our brand philosophy also. Like what we are doing now has to, like the benefits or the consequences has to be reaped by the generations which will come, and what we are going to leave behind is matters the most to us. So that is why we see, like, if we are not able to exclude the 100% plastic from our products, because there are XYZ reasons. You need to get the sustainable plastic till the time that gets into the masses and we have more sustainable reasons. At least what we can do, whatever we are consuming. So it's like we are consuming X amount, like the 1 kg, then we are offsetting 2 kg. So we are also contributing in terms of removing the plastic used by other brands or the other people also. So we are very, as per our ethics, we want to do the right things, and we want to see the better word going forward.
That's awesome. Okay, Gaurav. So last question from my side. What can consumers expect from Mommy Pure in the coming months? And what new products are you going to launch? What plans do you have?
Mhm.
So do share
So
something.
we have right now we have around 11 products. We are planning on to bring in the mother care products also. Plus there are a few more baby care products like the mosquito repellent, or we are planning to bring in soap. We are planning for wipes. So there are a few products in the baby care products are lined up, and similarly like the mother care, like the anti-stretch mark oil or the butter and nipple creams and few products that will support moms in terms of getting the best products.
Okay, Gaurav. Awesome. It was very nice speaking to you, and I
Same
wish
here.
all the best, for you and your company. I hope it grows, and we continue to see more wonderful products from your side.
Definitely, Supriya. Thanks a lot for calling me in. It was wonderful talking to you.
Same.
And good luck to you. Also, you're doing a great job putting up the content around the vegan products and the vegan brands, what everyone is doing. And cheers to you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Okay.